This is her second day of work. This is my first day of work. So we're going back. She kind of already told me what to expect. And it's a lot from what we had to do before, although we had to do a lot before for work. There's more extra things that we have to do now. And of course we have to wear our mask on the bus. And I think that's going to probably be a big problem for some of the drivers, because not because of their own beliefs or whatever, but just because the buses are hot. And when you're up in the front driving the bus, all that engine heat comes up, you know, onto you. So you're looking at another maybe 15 degrees or more hotter than what it is outside. And Sidra was saying yesterday that it was pretty bad, like with the mask on, and she wears glasses. On top of that, her glasses were fogging up, and that it was really hot, and that, you know, it's harder to breathe. So it's kind of funny how they say that, you know, you put these on for safety, but this doesn't seem safe. I mean, it's one thing when it's, you know, the public transportation like Coda, you know, where they have air conditioning. That's great, you know, but we don't have air conditioning on our buses. So, you know, it's going to be trying for, you know, many people. And it's not like another, you know, it's not like where we're inside and it's air conditioning, you know, air conditioned or something, you know. We're actually out in the elements, you know, with our mask on. And I know that in our meeting, in our virtual meeting, there were many concerns about their safety. And I guess we'll see what happens. Just got my packet, but of course Sidra already told me it was going to go down, and lots of information on what we have to do for riding our bus. You just have to be calm, listen to what's being said, because there's a lot. Now we have to walk from all the way over here to all the way over there. That is, that's easily, you know, yeah, half a mile easily, maybe actually more than half a mile. And we're gonna walk more than that just to get to our bus, because we have to walk over, well, because we have to go over to the mechanics. Well, you don't, you probably know your buses. And she said, make sure that they didn't, your bus is even here.
Yeah.
So.
Make sure you ask mechanic for your Tyler pin code, because I forgot my pin code.
Oh, crap.
4-digit pin code for Tyler Drive. Mr. D had to search for mine.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
I get it.
Boy, I haven't walked through this trail in some time. Now we're,
because our buses were so close.
Yeah, yeah. So here at this, our compound is the main branch, right there. This right over here is another compound, another bus compound. This is a huge lot. So this is some walking for sure. But there's some people that were a little flustered in there. You know, and it's like, you gotta just be calm, listen, because it is a lot that they're throwing at us. Feels good to be back. Smell the smell of the buses. You know, hearing the buses in the, you know, over here in the compound. It's nice to be back though. All right, let me give you a kiss, baby. I'm gonna go over there.
Because you're gonna go there.
Yeah. Love you, honey. Be safe. As the saying goes that all the bus drivers say. It's like saying, be well. Bus drivers always tell each other, be safe. And that is where you get your fuel for your bus. There are 4 pumps over here now, which is nice. There used to be just 2 pumps over here for all these buses. Now there's 4 pumps. And it looks like it's a little updated, which is nice. They actually put the pumps out further for the bus drivers. Morning. I'm about to go in here and try to calm some of this chaos down and see where my bus is. All right, I won't be on my bus right now. It's not here. So I need to find bus 673. I was told that if bus 673 has a packet on it, that I cannot take it, which means I will have to walk back again for another bus. And there is 673. So let's see if there's a packet on it. If not, I'll be getting my walking in today on my iPhone, my steps. Oh, there's stuff in here though. Oh, there was a packet on the bus, which means now I have to walk back over here. And I guess this will be a repeat. Okay, walk out to this next bus. If there's a packet on it, then come back and see us again and we'll get you another bus. Thank God it's dry runs this morning. Now, I've got some routes that actually start this afternoon. So right now, I would actually like to be on the road already so I can get these routes down. Okay, so it is like, man, all this walking around. I took my mask off because it was just clinging to my face because it's humid out here. So this is going to be interesting, wearing a mask on a hot ass bus. All right, so I'm on my bus. Well, not my bus, but the bus I'm using today. And there's your Ariel automatic hand sanitizer. And that seems to be what every child will have to use. Every child will have to sanitize their hands before they get on the bus. All right, well, I gotta get off here now so I can do a proper pre-trip. But it is hot, and I wore that mask, and man, I'm sweating like crazy. Just got off doing my practice run on this route. Yeah, it's definitely difficult with the heat. I'm only fortunate that it started to, the temperature got a little cooler and starting to sprinkle out right now. At first this morning, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. This isn't too bad, but it was cooler this morning. And as the morning went on, my face started to get all sweaty underneath the mask. And when I would breathe, the mask would like just latch onto my face. And sometimes I'd have to like open my mouth up more just to breathe better because the mask started to get too moist from all the, the humidity and the heat on the bus. And the bus engine heat, comes in on the bus driver. And you know what? I didn't even mind my leg getting all, stung from the engine heat. I'm used to that, but man, that mask, most certainly, was, when it's going to be hotter, it's going to be a problem because we don't have any air conditioner on this bus. And my mask just got, not to put it back on a minute to go in the building to clock out, but my mask was just more of a hindrance, while I was driving because it was just like I said, I'd breathe and it got moist and it would, from all the moisture from me breathing. I didn't even put on my sunglasses because the sunglasses just fogged up, and, it was just, my wife said yesterday, she wears glasses. So with her, the glasses just fogged up and she said it was hard. She had to keep wiping her regular glasses off. So I just said, forget it, I'm not going to wear sunglasses. But, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to have to get through this miserable heat. Because wearing these masks and this heat is just, it's terrible, and now people say, well, you can get another job. You know what? I've put in some time at this job. So has my wife. we put in some years of this job. So for those people, you know, you can go to hell, because you know, this is a job we worked hard at and we're proud of our job. But if you don't understand the difficulties of what's going on right now, you know what? You're not driving the bus. So I guess for those people, they can just shut up, because we're gonna have to deal with the children, new training, you know, protocol that they had to teach us. We have to deal with your children, and we have to deal with parents that might try to throw their kid on the bus like they used to do, even when they had a fever, you know. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with a lot this year. We had to deal with a lot last year, you know, when parents, you know, we had many children whose parents, they would put them on the bus, they throw up. They're not supposed to be in the bus, you know, they're sick. You know, you call it in and they say, oh, just take them to school, you know. Well, because of COVID, now they're not gonna play around with that. Now it's gonna be, no, they can't go to the bus. So we're gonna have to argue with parents. And I understand in some cases you gotta get to work and all that, but at the same time, you can't put a sick child on the bus and make other children sick. Well, that's my first day evaluation, being back at work. It was nice being back. It was really nice. It's just a lot to digest. Whew, feels good in the AC. It's something we don't have on the buses. I would drive past COTA buses. They'd have their mask on, our public transits, and they'd have their mask on. They'd look over in their air-conditioned bus.
With their window closed, like,
with their little shield up and everything.
Yeah, they got shield too.
They're like, forget you school bus drivers that drive for children. We're just gonna put a hand sanitizer in there. They said it cost too much for some reason to put
The shield.
a shield up, but they were able to put them on the. We have the same employer. You know what I mean? The same employer, but it costs too much, just only on the COTA bus. So I can see why some bus drivers are feeling like we're getting thrown to the wolves. You know, not many questions were answered in our virtual meeting for safety. Understandable, you know, a lot of the bus drivers were worried. Man, I got slapped in the face, you know, because 1 minute I'm like, oh, this is all right. You know, and then about an hour in, it was pretty crazy. You know, like, you know, I dealt with it. I think the biggest thing for me, I don't know if it was for you, once your mask starts getting moist from all that heat, you have to like open your mouth more sometimes so your mask doesn't like stick to your face. Masks weren't meant to do that. You know, I don't know, it's just, I think in our case we'd be changing our mask every 10 to 15 minutes. If you think about it, the kind of heat that we put up with on the bus.
In the winter, it will be a lot better. But
oh yeah. Man, I'm looking forward to cooler weather now. Isn't that funny? I was like, no, it can stay around as long as it needs to. Maybe an Indian summer. Once I got on that bus, I'm ready for the cooler weather. Yeah, because those fans, you felt nothing. It was so humid, you know. And the reason why it's cooler right now is because of the hurricane, you know, down Louisiana and the South area. So we're getting some of that after effect from that hurricane. If it wasn't for the hurricane, it'd be like in the 80s, and it'd be miserable, like how you were yesterday. She sent me a picture yesterday, poor woman. It was just like, I didn't know if I wanted to post it because I was like, man, she looks messed up. You know,
I do not sweat, and I was sweating.
Yes. She looked.
Clothes were all that. It's like, what?
Yeah, she looked beat.
It was bad yesterday.
And that's going to be sitting in that, you know, the routes that we're both doing right now. It's not our routes, but we're covering routes until Columbus Public starts. But it is, our routes are in the same area, because I looked at some of yours and it's in the same area. And so in other words, this afternoon when we go back, we're going to be stuck in rush hour traffic. So we're going to be sitting.
All of that area is rush hour.
And it's bad, yeah. So we're just going to be inching along. I'm like, oh man. Because I was like, well, let's see. When you told me where your route was, I said, well, let's see how bad my traffic. As soon as I saw the paper, I'm like, oh, my traffic, this is the same area. I'm going to be stuck in the same traffic. So I'm looking at probably getting back at the same time you get back. I'm only doing one school that's open today. I got they gave me 4 other ones. So it's like, yeah, we're going to be, and I don't have a problem making that money. But I have a problem with how we're making that money. It's going to be a little struggle with that mask on. And if the children are out, not in the seats, all that stuff, you're going to be going,
and yeah, we have to keep telling them, keep the mask on, like they're going to keep the mask on. Yeah, right.
It's like we don't have, we have a compound here in Columbus, Ohio, which is called the Fort Hayes compound for the special needs buses.
They're the only ones with the aids.
Right, they're the only ones that have an aid on their bus. Someone that actually sit there and I think everybody should have had an aid on their bus with all this stuff on, because we already have to deal with bad children while we ride our bus, and we're used to that. But now we have to deal with children who might duck down below the seat and take their mask off. Do we have time and rush our traffic to try to pull over and say, please put your mask back on?
Yeah, can't do that.
Please stay 6 feet apart from each other. And then they talked about, okay, so the first row is empty, supposed to be empty. Why aren't there signs in those seats? Because I know they don't believe we're supposed to put down a little piece of paper that's going to blow off.
It's going to stay there.
No, it's not going to stay there. So they need to have something better to where they just put something up where it says, you cannot sit in these first 2 seats.
I'm going to start bringing the tape. I'm going to tape up the seats. No, you can't sit there.
Just a little chaotic. I don't know. I just feel like I understand that they have a lot to deal with, but it could have been done better. Mm-hmm. Even yesterday when I got, called to, I got a text message to call work about a route. They didn't tell me what time to come today or nothing. They just said, yeah, come back, school started. No, school didn't start yet. Not for CCS. I'm a CCS driver. But, I'm there because they need my help. But they didn't say what time, nothing. And maybe she's having a bad day, but it was just quick. Okay, your compound, go to your compound.
That's
Click.
it.
And I'm like, okay. I didn't get a chance to say, okay, what time do I got to be there? So fortunately, we both work at the same one. All right, well, I might have a session to teach a student. So I'm going to do that on my lunch break. So that was our first day. Peace. Oh, again. To show them how much we love you. Right.